I am going to talk about the beautiful side of rebellion. Now, this is a cursed word, and all your conditioning, or all of our conditioning, societal conditioning, have in some way or the other demonized the word, and then they link it to revolutionaries, to people who have lived by violence, people who have lived without compassion. But there is a beautiful side to rebellion, a very interesting side to rebellion. There is no progress of any kind without any form of rebellion. All progress begins from a step of rebellion. You have been conditioned to say yes. Yes to the status quo. Yes to your structures. Yes to your tribes. Yes to your cultures. Yes to every kind of political, social, and religious prison that has been imposed on you. And so you've lost the value of no. Now, rebellion beautifies the value or increases the value of no. No becomes a very powerful word. The power and the ability to say no becomes something of reverence. And without rebellion, there will be no way for any philosophy, any great civilization, any great setting. But take note of something strange. They need rebels to create great things. But at the same time, the same society wants to kill the rebellion in you once you've been used. Once you've been used, then there is no need for you to remain a rebel. There is no need for you to remain bold enough to challenge any excesses. I'm making it more personal now, bringing it down to the individual. At the core of your being, you have to remain a rebel. The only way to reach the core of your being is to enjoy that spark of rebellion inside of you. You can remain bold, and you should remain bold. Rebellion is beautiful. And rebellion is not a revolution. Rebellion are not revolutions. A revolution has an idea in mind, has a goal, has an ambition. All revolutions have had an end point. But rebellion may not just have any reason. There may be no reason for rebellion. It is just that spirit that power within that empowers you to stand or to resist every kind of force that limits you in existence. So in this way, rebellion is beautiful. Don't expect the society to teach you to think. Neither the great priesthoods of the world should teach you to think. They would never teach you to think, and they would never allow you to blossom in your own philosophizing. They will never allow you to raise that radical spirit of freedom that is bound inside your being. You can only express it when you have dropped all kinds of conditioning, when you have decided to question every kind of dogma, every kind of teaching, every kind of philosophy, every kind of message, especially those messages that you were born with, those messages that you grew up accustomed to. Once you can question them, then you have become a rebel in a very unique and life-transforming dimension. If for a moment you can say, I want to be free to think and to see existence without prejudice. I want to see existence as pure as possible. I don't want to be told what to do by any form of higher power. I want to see for myself. I want to decide for myself. And once you begin to say, I want to speak for myself, I want to be able to see things for myself, you will not be loved at all. Because you would find faults. You would find faults with the imposed obedience. Once the true rebelliousness, once the true beauty of that inner rebellion comes out, then you will become an enemy to the enforced obedience. Obedience must be selective. And it is more fruitful to question things, that is to say, to bring out the inner rebel in you, than to obey blindly. All blind obedience are dangerous, because they will never allow you to blossom. They will never allow your inner self to blossom. When you go on obeying, when you go on submitting to everything, then you will have no self. You will have no uniqueness, because you have submitted to everything that comes into your path. So let's say is it possible to live out this inner rebellion? And can we even enjoy this state of rebellion? Definitely. It is enjoyable to be able to see things from your own light. There is no need to understand existence or things from the aspect of others. There is no need to understand them from the aspect of the society, neither from the aspect of the political leaders, nor from your gurus of any kind. But you can only pick from what they have said. And you should have all the decision, you should have all the rights, you should have all the rights to question, to decide, to decipher any teaching that comes your way. And the rebel, the one who has really or truly realized his inner self, who is at odds with all the established truths and the established messages and the established organizations, the one who is truly a rebel from within, will be a happy man, will be completely at peace with himself, and would realize his unique self, and will realize that there has never been anyone like him. There has been, and there will never be, and there has never been any person like you. So why not live out the full you? Why not live out the best part of you? Why not reconnect back to that spark within your being? That door within your being that opens you up to that real nature, to that real ordinariness. Because the whole beauty of this rebellion which I speak of in this dimension is to return back to ordinariness, because your ordinariness is your unique nature. Every other thing that you're chasing are just imposed personalities. They are just things that have been imposed on you. They are not natural to you, and so therefore you struggle with them. And you are frustrated with your job, and you're frustrated with everything that turns out before you, because you've imposed all kinds of things on yourself, and you've not allowed existence to flow. You've not lived according to the current of your own personality. You're not living according to the things which your nature desires. You are living according to the desires of others. And so then you are lost. When you live according to others, then you will be lost. So this aspect of rebellion is very important to realize. And what are you rebelling against? Everything that comes to you, every teaching, every dogma, every system must be questioned, This is the whole rebellion. And once you're able to question it, then you have reached your nature, your true nature. Once we become as ordinary as possible, once we begin to reverence our own uniqueness rather than relying on comparison, rather than comparing ourselves with other unique individuals, once we begin to see our own uniqueness, then we are still moving in this same direction of rebellion. Because when you reverence yourself, when you love yourself, there is no need to try to struggle to be like others, or to be like what the society wants you to be, or what the family wants you to be, or what your religion, your tribe, your tradition wants you to be. You have all the freedom. You have all the freedom to begin to think for yourself. And this all goes back to meditation. This all goes back to meditation. Meditation is the first step to the broader part of spirituality in its deepest dimension. Meditation is a doorway to even becoming a rebel from within. To become this unique rebel which I speak of. Meditation is the way. Meditation is the door. Because by meditation, by meditating, you can destroy what you're not supposed to receive. You can destroy all those dogmas and teachings that have been imposed on you. You can destroy all those imposed slaveries. You can break yourself free from all those societal lies and conspiracies. You can be free from them. It is only through meditation. And anyone or any system that is against your freedom would speak against meditation. Every system that enslaves people will never allow people to sit quietly. Because once they're able to sit quietly, once they're able to meditate, once they're able to soak themselves in the great dimension of silence, then they can be delivered from every kind of delusion. Silence is one of the biggest deliverers, because with silence you can go through all your history again. In silence you can go through all the philosophies. In silence you can see the beginning and the end. With deep silence you can shed yourself free from things that are not supposed to be there in the first place. With silence you can destroy your traumas. When you have become addicted to silence, when you have explored the world of meditation to its deepest depth, then you can get lost from your traumas. Because the more you go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into these meditations, into this spirit of silence, into the spirit of solitude, then you will forget your traumas. Your traumas will simply just vanish. Because even your traumas were imposed on you. Your traumas do not come from your own being. They are not original to you. Your traumas were imposed on you. And they have taken roots. They have taken deep roots in your being. But you can destroy them by simply getting lost from them. By going deeper in silence, in meditation. Then you can see other dimensions. And all that problem can just vanish. And this unique rebel which I speak of has another important aspect to his life or to her life. When you become this kind of a rebel, you can just find the whole game of seriousness to be insane. You will become less serious. This rebellion, strangely, does not follow seriousness. And because this rebellion does not follow seriousness, it is free to question anything. Because seriousness is the root of all the hypocrisies and all the conspiracies and all the great religions and all the great systems and all these different things that must have been limiting us in one way or the other. Seriousness has created them. You are a nationalist, you are a communist, you are a socialist, you're an atheist. All these different divisions, they were all created by seriousness. And when seriousness has taken deep roots, when people have become too serious, then the wars follow. The fightings and the killings and the crusades and the jihads, now they begin. Because now seriousness has taken deep roots. So the real rebel, the true rebel, who has realized himself, will become less serious and more playful, because there is nothing serious in existence. A deep look into existence, you would find playfulness. Existence does not have any ambition. You would not find any meaning, and it is good that there is no meaning, so that every beautiful aspect can be seen. It is only existence, it is only life that has made meaninglessness, that has made the state of being meaningless to become meaningful. Life has no meaning, yet it appears meaningful to everybody, but yet there is no central meaning to it. There is no central purpose. You cannot find any purpose in existence because it is vast. And it is because existence does not follow the dimension of seriousness. Existence follows the dimension of playfulness. And in playfulness, there is no goal. There is no ambition. The whole world is a cosmic joke. It's a divine joke. And so, you cannot understand the deepest aspect of life from the point of seriousness. And this is why all the philosophies have failed. All philosophies have failed. No question has ever been answered. No real answers has ever come. There are no real answers. There has never been any deep answer as deep enough to exhaust the existence, because existence does not follow seriousness, and all questioning And all answers come from the dimension of seriousness. And so we have missed the point. But when you come from the dimension of playfulness, from dancing, from celebration, from meditation, from these dimensions where there are no words, then you can begin to see life in a more unique way that doesn't require you to reason anything. It doesn't require you to philosophize, to struggle in all these isms. There is no need. A dancer, a meditator cannot philosophize because the action is all. There is no need to write anything. A dance is a dance, and a celebration is a celebration. A meditation is a meditation. In meditation, there are no words. There is no speaking and there is no communication. Meditation is based on silence. Because silence and playfulness are the only deepest doors to understanding life and existence. Silence and playfulness. Your seriousness, your investigations, they cannot help, and they have never helped. This is why all your philosophers go on reasoning and reasoning and reasoning and reasoning. All the philosophers, Aristotle, Plato, Socrates, all of them, even the modern gurus, they go on reasoning what is the purpose of life. They go on asking questions, they go on debating. There is no need to debate, because life is not a problem to be solved. Life is not a problem to be solved. It is a mystery to be celebrated. You don't have to understand it. You simply have to live it. By living it, you are even at a better chance to understand it. By simply living as meditatively as possible, as playfully as possible, you have more chances to understand little sparks of existence. It is not a problem to be solved. It is a mystery to be celebrated. It is like a joke, a comedy. You don't have to explain a joke. There is no need to explain a joke. Once you explain a joke, the joke loses its value. No joke can ever remain a joke when it has been explained. You don't explain jokes, they lose their value. The whole point is you don't explain it. It is a joke. You either get it or you don't. And this is how life is. It is a dance. Existence is a dance. And now the real rebels, which I speak about, the man who has realized himself, which is the real rebel which I speak about, the rebel, the mystical rebel, is against seriousness. And this is why his own rebellion is more dangerous than any kind of revolution that has happened in the past. Because the modern mystical rebel, the mystic who is a rebel, according to this teaching, is more dangerous than all the revolutionaries, because he does not see life from a very serious point. He sees it from a very playful point. And this is deeper than any revolution or any revolutionary spirit. This is deep, very deep. So, you should keep going back to silence, to meditation, to realize its nature. All it takes is a decision. to look deep into your being and listen to that silence and begin to gradually reverence that uniqueness, that pure ordinariness in you. Just reverence it. And then make a commitment to question everything as deeply as possible. And to criticize everything from a very playful point. Disregard things when they become too serious. Disregard them. Value things according to their level of playfulness. Then you are on the path of becoming this kind of rebel which I speak of. That is all.